Hello board gamers! Today I'm going to compare Everdell and Wondrous creatures and see which one is better for you or in my opinion. So let's get into it. So these are both worker placement games with tableau building elements, and as you can see the art style is pretty similar. They are both like this fantasy story or something. This actually looks like a kid's storybook or something like that. So they have this fantasy creature kind of theme, and they are both really beautiful games. And I would say that the Everdell has more high quality components. All the tokens in Everdell are really nice. You have little berries and stone and wood, and they are actually looking like the exact thing. And well, I guess she already picked Everdell. Yeah. And in Wondrous Creature you also have nice components, but they are basically, you have eggs and stuff that are just cardboard. So I would say the Everdell has a better components. But the art style itself, it's kinda even. I wouldn't say that the other is better than the other. As the gameplay itself, they are both similar worker placement type games, but they do it very differently. And Everdell has seasons that will bring you new workers and activate your tableau cards when you reach summer and winter, etc. You don't have anything like that in Wondrous Creatures, but they do the worker placement very differently. As the game progress, I feel like Everdell is taking longer to play. I have played it with 3 people, and once we reached the mid game or the end game, it was really long turns. People can combo a lot, and the turns can be very long. So if you are playing with 3 or 4 people, you will have a lot of downtime, and you are just waiting what the other person is doing. And it doesn't have that much player interaction. You can use some of the other player buildings and things like that, but there is not that much of a player interaction. The same goes with Wondrous Creature. There is not any player interaction actually, other than blocking the board where you place your workers. But the turns are much more faster in Wondrous Creatures. There is of course combos, and that's the key point of both of these games. But the combos in Wondrous Creatures doesn't take that much time. They are kind of like weaker, I would say, like a simpler in some way. So they are not that chain reaction effect as in Everdell. And that's kind of your personal opinion, what you like more. In my opinion, Wondrous Creature is better in that aspect, simply because the turns and the combos are like more, I would say, streamlined and not that crazy. You can build all kind of combos in Wondrous Creatures, but it mostly goes like it doesn't force you to make the same combos. Like in Everdell, you are many times looking for husband and wife and farm combos, and you want to play the king and queen with the correct building that they are free to play, etc. so you are kind of, I don't want to say forced to play the same way, but you are many times looking the same combos, and you want to find the exact cards to trigger the high scoring combo. But in Wondrous Creatures, the combo kinda builds itself each time, and it's different. You are not looking the same cards, and that's mainly because in Wondrous Creatures there is over 120 different cards, and they are all unique. Yes, they have some same abilities, some cards share the same ability, but mostly they are unique, and they are each costing different resources. They are different creature type, different habitats. So they are in a way all unique, I would say. But in Everdell, you have multiple copies of the same card. So you are basically having less different cards in Everdell, and that makes you collect the same combo pieces most of the games you are playing. So Wondrous Creature is more tuned down in that way. The combos are building themselves every game in a different way, and they are not that insane. But if you like the overpowered, insane, massive combos, and that's not a problem for you, then Everdell is better option. But in my opinion, I more like this Wondrous Creature style, where you are not forced to find the exact same cards every time, and you can just make your play every time you are playing the game. You can build different kind of combos with the unique cards you have. So I would say it's a better in that way. Also, as I mentioned, Everdell can be quite long with 3 or 4 players. I don't feel the same with Wondrous Creatures. Because the turns are faster and nobody can spend half an hour to one turn. Well, that's a little bit over exaggeration, but you get my point. As the solo mode, the basic solo mode in Everdell is not that great. There are better versions on Board Game Geek, and this game also has solo expansion Mistwoods, which will add a new solo opponent, spider thing that will block market cards and do its own stuff. So it greatly improves the solo experience. But the base game solo mode is not that great. And in my opinion, Wondrous Creature solo mode is way, way, way better than basic Everdell. But of course, you have many expansions you can add to Everdell. And with all of those expansions, it might be better solo game. I don't own all of those expansions, but of course then the price point will be like 300 euros versus 17 euros. So that's a huge difference in price. But as for just the base box, if you are not planning to buy any expansions and you are looking for a solo experience, definitely Wondrous Creatures. So they are both great games. It's hard to say which one is better. It's a matter of taste, in my opinion. If you enjoy, I would say, a little bit imbalanced combos and great combo turns, and you are mostly going to play it with other people, maybe go with Everdell. But if you are somebody who plays mostly solo and you are not planning to buy any expansions, and you like the scoring and combos to be a little bit more balanced and I would say limited in some way, then definitely go with Wondrous Creatures. But if you enjoy both playing styles, you don't mind at all that some combos might sometimes be a little bit lucky and break the game and you just lose because other players just was able to find the perfect cards he or she need for his or she plan. So then I would say these are both games excellent, and I would recommend to get both of these. They can live on the same board game collection. They are similar, but also they are different. And the main difference, in my opinion, is that this one has the unique cards. Every card is a different. This one doesn't have, but this one has the season elements to the game, and it's completely different experience than normal worker placement game. So they are enough different to justify buying both of these games. So, but yeah, definitely for a solo player only, go with this. Or if you want to spend a lot, maybe with Everdell with all of the not all, but at least Mistwood expansion and maybe New Leaf or one of the other expansions, then you have great experience with this. But if you want just to spend money to buy the base box for solo play, I would choose Wondrous Creatures. But as I said, both are excellent games. No complaints here. But this was my comparison between these two games. My personal favorite is at the moment Wondrous Creature, but I like both of these. It might be also because Everdell is a little bit older. I have owned it several years and this is new. So always the new thing is the shiny and you like it maybe more. But for me, I like more the limited combos that Wondrous Creature offer. And sometimes I felt like this is a little bit luck based. But that's just a minor complaint. It doesn't go like that at all every time. But sometimes you can play a game where you just don't find the pairs you want, you just don't get the combos you want, and other players are just using their luck to get all the right cards at the right time. So yeah, that's just a minor complaint. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.